Should have turned on the camera. Hi guys, welcome in. I love you. I hope you're having a fabulous day. So I'm sitting here with the roses and I was even thinking, I'm like, I'll totally introduce these beauties because they're looking gorgeous. And of course I'm pulling from the Sacred Light to get a feel for the energy. Was planned on reading the card and then giving you an overview, but it was calling to me. It was calling to my soul. So you could be experiencing something like this. Well-being, roses. You could resonate with the Rosicrucians, or you're studying some of that esoteric knowledge. Self-preservation, okay. Service to spirit, youthful appearance. So you probably could be seeing jellyfish a lot. Regeneration, they revert back to a younger state of age. They revert to a younger state of being. Well-being. You're reverting. We got confirmation from the train. You could also be seeing a lot of references to a train, or you are a train. You keep going. If people want to get on where you're headed, great. If they don't want to, great. Like, you're not letting anything phase you at this point because you know where you're going. You are devoted to spirit. You are devoted to service. You are devoted to the service of yourself, protecting your energy, self-preservation with your chakra energy. Okay, let's read this. 36. You could be 36. You don't have to be. Okay. Personal well-being is a daily task. Hell yes it is. Freedom from external disturbance, toxic environments, excessive noise, and emotional chaos need to be acknowledged and addressed if you wish to achieve a harmonic state of well-being. I'm going to pause there just for I know, Spirit. I know it was the right call. So, are we done? Are we done with that yet? Thank you. When we address something we are uncomfortable with, that's why we don't settle. Be honest, be truthful, because as soon as you do, universe hears it. It will take the thing you don't like away and replace it with the thing you do. Okay? But we do have to be prepared, and also knowing what frequency we're at when we're asking for, when we're acknowledging these things. Some things we're not willing to admit until we've had enough. So we scream. We scream. And it's not towards the other people. It's at the situation in ourselves, and that's just our soul, our shadow, like, hey, something needs to change. This is not for you. This is not for you. But I feel like you're picking up on how this works much quicker. A peaceful state can be achieved through a meditative experience, balanced choices, and pure silence, which will give the mind uninterrupted rest. Ascension Master Lady Nada surrounds herself with young souls. I'm also getting Sandman and sacred children, Mr. Sandman, teaching them to connect to their heart sensitivity. Absolutely. We should be sharing this with our children, reminding them of the actual truth of the reality so they're not stuck in fear, and then we in turn can pick up on that fear and not always know if it's coming from us. So be mindful of that. Time spent with children will increase your joy as you connect to the playful child inside you. Put aside regimented routines and take part in youthful activities to freshen and invigorate your being. Serving on the sixth ray of devotion and service, Lady Nada extends her graceful hands to help your soul find peaceful moments in the chaos of life. When you are at peace, harmony will follow, making your mind's intent clear to manifest its desires into reality. Burn any ill feeling with exercise, journaling, or meditative practice. Lady Nada asks that you learn to love those who find it difficult to love themselves. Children and youth need your assistance now. Share and honor your youthful experiences. Seek out peaceful places with water gardens, beaches, country, or rainforests to drain the toxicity from your mind and spirit with Lady Nada's assistance. Sanction your spirit to the power of silent surrender. White selenite is your sacred crystal, and your affirmation is, I satisfy my needs with ease. I am at peace. This is filling your own cup. This is acknowledging the things that you desire, but that you don't have to have. You don't have to cling on to it. So I'm going to give an example. I married myself a couple of years ago. By doing so, I married spirit. And by going into that union, I entered into a journey to see, if I was picking up what spirit was putting down. Now, what I wish I knew then that I knew now is that your connection with spirit is going to be when you're in those most joyful states, when you're able to disconnect from the mind, when you're able to go take an adventure, throw some kids in the park, throw your animal children in the car, and just see where it takes you. Spirit will guide you. It will be astonishing to you how you are led somewhere just by feeling it, just by being in the present moment, looking at signs. What's pulling you? If you don't know, pull over, do a 5-minute meditation, give it to spirit, be like, where's this adventure? Where do you want to take me? Because it's not by coincidence you're having that feeling. And don't gaslight yourself or talk yourself out of it. Roll with it. And if you do find yourself doing that, catch yourself and go back to that thread. Go back to that line of, all right, I'm whimsical, I'm childlike, I'm spontaneous, I don't have to be nowhere, I don't have to be nobody, nothing, nowhere, no place, just existing with spirit, your intuition, and letting your childlike wonder guide you so that you are completely full and you're able, like it talks about others. There's a lot of people going through things that you've already been through. You've already went through these lessons. And now others, because you pick up on frequency and energy years ahead of time. So you already came in here, like, I need to get these lessons done so that I'm in a position that I need to be when it comes time that others are hitting this cycle. Children, older folks, even, the middle is a little touch base with me. I'm sure there's people that are much better at maybe connecting with those energies. I find that I'm more of the observer in those situations, and with kids and older people, but like just observing where people's consciousness is at, because why overshare? Why give energy and attention if it's not even going to be accepted? But yeah, Spirit just said, because I remember when people told me and it didn't hit, but a couple years later it did. So sometimes it's just about planting a seed. So let's move on. I love this for you. Silent surrender is really going to be beneficial. I just see somebody having a really clear mind, knowing themselves, and knowing when to give, knowing when not to give. Yeah, stubborn attitudes, knowing when somebody is in such a spiritual pride. Yeah, spiritual pride is what's coming through. All right, so we're going to pull a couple from the Jungian Tarot, which is Carl Jung, and we'll see Jungian. My new deck, which I absolutely love, with Little Lero and the Inner Worlds Oracle card. So let's see what's going on. I want to get a feel for your energy and an energy you're coming into contact with. What is the viewer's energy, Spirit? What's the viewer's energy? Interesting. Ooh. Okay. Holy Spirit, we're not going to take reversals, I don't think. Are we? I don't think we are. Let's not overcomplicate it. There's a lot of different decks and stuff right now. Ooh, and Spirit. Oh, God, yes. Okay. Aye. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing until I got all the cards out here. I'm tired of getting caught up in multiple storylines, and then, it's not always supposed to make sense for me anyway, so it's all good. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, it's like you can see what people are hanging on to that, yeah. Five of Cups. We have the Lovers. Gemini energy. We have fixed sign energy, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and what's the other one? Taurus, did I say Taurus? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, the fixed signs. So somebody's not that easy to budge. Somebody, it takes a lot for them to change, is what I'm getting. Spirit, clarify this Lover's card, please. Lover's card. What is this Lover's card? That's interesting. What's this Five of Cups? Yikes. Okay. Okay, and you're right. I did not, and I will right now. Somebody is gaining a new perspective. They're realizing something needs to be sacrificed, something needs to be let go of. There could be somebody coming into your energy that it's hidden. It's hidden because we have the moon here. Piscean, Aquarius energy. There's because we have the Two of Wands coming out for somebody else's energy, and this is over here by the Lovers and the Moon. This is hidden, but something's going to be bringing you a creative energy. It might also help you decide on a path of where you want to serve yourself and spirit, being the example, showing how to preserve your energy, how to respect yourself and spirit, because spirit wants to come through and have these life experiences through us. 12-14. And in order to do that, we really have to set up a system in our life that nurtures and cares for the well-being of spirit to come through. I'm also getting 369 with this. Just lots of threes, divisible by 3, 1221. Yeah, I'm seeing 333 as I look up and say that. It's like, you see how she's like, that's funny. I wanted to put a scarf on my head too. Wearing the hijab, protecting the crown area, which allows the inner child to close out cycles so that it can come out. I just heard coming out of the secret garden. Did you watch that as a child? The secret garden? You have a secret garden within you is what I'm hearing. And look at the little ball. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Okay. I do want to clarify that really quick because, yeah. Somebody could be a Cancer. Sacrifice God. Radical change of perspective, changing places with opposite. Psychic activity and connection to the universe. At a mundane level, this may show a strong sense of family and of home. Though fond of changing conditions and of travel, one gladly returns home. Symbolically, this means a deep desire for return to the source of life. Oh my gosh. And what did I just say? So that is from the Jungian Tarot with the Hanged Man, the sacrificed God, gaining that new perspective, the world being flipped up on its head. Everything that's down is up, and is up is down. Devil is God and God is the devil. It's understanding everything is one. Everything is two sides of the same coin. Like when we help people in their shadow, as long as we're not overgiving, as long as we are devoted to ourselves, we have self-preservation, we are able to go out and venture into the world and help heal the shadow, because the shadow is part of God too. And through creating universes, it's not perfect. This is not perfect. That's the whole point, is getting to perfection in the sense of accepting being imperfect. All of your flaws, everything that you would consider a mistake or a regret, which actually isn't. Because when you come to this understanding of who you are, the light essence inside you. By getting to that point, you realize there was no mistakes. And from personal experience, going through the spiritual awakening and then and going through the shadow and more fears and you know, how I thought things were going to go were much, much different. Now I'm still very, very grateful, because I can see now that after my spiritual awakening, it was tests and trials, and was I going to pick up on the patterns, what was being presented to me? Was I able to learn to preserve my energy? Now for me, narcissism, accepting love that wasn't actually love, whether it was materialism, whether it was individuals that never gave you energy back, you kept feeding their ego, you kept giving them compliments, you kept helping them. And now guess what? You're not holding their hand anymore, because you're closing this cycle out and you're moving forward. They have to learn these lessons theirself, because you were once this sacrificial lamb. You were once in this position of being hung upside down. We're going to stick you in the water to the deep subconscious of yourself and see if you can make it out. So through this process with the Five of Cups, I did elaborate on this, and we have the Two of Wands and the Star. It's almost like you could be feeling, there's a sense of loss here emotionally, because there's some kind of planning that you're doing to communicate with spirit, to communicate to your soul. Maybe you're planning a trip, camping, laying under the stars. Do you see this little dragon in her? And this is the Star card underneath the Two of Wands. I feel like you need to start not planning. I don't want you to be like, oh, I need to start doing this. It's more just keeping your mind open to the possibilities that pop into your consciousness, because it's going to be coming from your higher self and spirit to help you plan the next moves, to help you decipher this map that you're being given. Because I'm also getting, there could be a lot of fog and confusion because of this lover's energy, this creative energy that is near you, the moon. We're going to pull some more on this. I'm not entirely sure. Because the moon can talk about fears. It can be, and the lovers is choice. Like, what are you going to choose to create from the subconscious? I feel like the subconscious might be communicating something to somebody, but paying attention to the energies that are brought to your external environment are really going to give you the clues that you need. Oh, that's right. Spirit just reminded me, this is that other energy with the lovers, Gemini energy and the moon, Piscean energy, Cancerian energy. Because this is a Cancer card. Jupiter's in Cancer. There's a lot of expansion within the home. We did read something about the home with this card. Expanding the understanding within the home, what makes the home work. That's interesting. Okay. Why should they be planning? Wait a minute. So maybe you could have been really burnt out recently, and getting, like, just processing all the feelings, processing maybe leaving the nest. It did talk about journeys and trips, but that you can return home to source, to life. So you're returning to source, you're returning to something. You could be led to do a ceremony or just plant some seeds. I'm seeing with the Seven of Pentacles. Plant seeds that you're not going to be alone. I wasn't going to take reversals, but Nine of Wands in reverse screams to me you're no longer going to be alone. You're not going to have to do all of this by yourself. And not that, because you were never by yourself. You know that. But I'm talking in the 3D. It's different when you have help in the 5D and the higher, like having friends in high places. It's great. It's amazing. But when you can imagine and you can fantasize about your future of being with others, that you don't ever have to worry about jealousy and envy and like, oh my God, is this person going to betray me and this and that? Because you have so much understanding and well-being and truth and love within yourself that if that did happen, you would pick up on it. You would be like, oh, I remember that feeling. So creating boundaries, which we want healthy boundaries with everyone anyway. just for our own self-preservation. So let's find out what, we're going to pull one card for the Five of Cups, just to elaborate, maybe get some clarification. Three of Wands, exactly. You have to leave the nest. There's a place that you need to go, to help expand I feel like this is almost a vortex thing. That's really what I'm getting with these empty nests. But you're returning, whether you're going to return to source or you're worried about returning home, you're going to. It's going to happen. Yeah. A Tower of Tension. Ooh, okay. So what I'm getting here with the Five of Wands and even this Page of Wands here, this could create a lot of tension. Now, Five of Wands, I know people will say it's conflict, blah, blah, blah. No, Five of Wands for me comes up a lot if there is a transit, if there's a conjunction, if there are major energies that line up with my chart that are meant, that tension, that buildup is meant to propel you. It's like a jet engine pack for a rocket. It's gonna propel you forward. So you could have felt like you took 2 steps back, and now you're being lunged forward. With this Two of Wands, this creative energy, there's somebody calling you in, I feel. That's exactly what this feels like. We'll find out from the inner worlds to see where this person's inner world is that is pulling you. And it's so cool. Actually, let me show you. Do you see this? Hold on. Let me see if I can see it. Okay, so right here, they have all these binoculars. Again, maybe you're going and looking at the stars. You're being oh my God, Spirit, thank you. Hopefully I can attach the photo. I don't usually edit, but maybe it's time I do. I took a picture. I had a shirt on yesterday with sun and moon and stars, and my son, we went out to In-N-Out because he really wanted it. Not me. So he had these stickers, and one of them was a dog, and he put it right by the star, and then he put flowers and some 2211, and something was like Dog Star, Major Canis Major, the Dog Star, Sirius A and B. So right before the sun, at the end of July, and at the beginning of August, which we're in right now, 2227, you're able to see it very, very clearly right before the sun comes up. And it's funny because I woke up right after the sun came up this morning, and I was like, it's okay. I forgive myself. I'll do it tomorrow. So maybe this is something that you're going to get light codes. If you're disciplined, if you wake up, if you are really nurturing, loving, and taking care of yourself, you're going to be gaining some kind of new perspective. If you take the time to even go out just for one day, whatever calls you, whatever works for you. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it. Hold yourself accountable. Don't make excuses when it pops up into your mind. Exactly. Three of Cups. This is a time for celebration because you're learning that there is a lot more. There's a lot many more mechanics to this game of life, and that you can actually have a lot of fun with it and learn to move with the emotions, the waves that are coming in. 2323. Yeah, and there's going to be a full moon in Aquarius on the 8 portal. Oh, God. This is so amazing. I can't even. So there might be a trigger or a fear because you've lost your home. I would look also into Lyrans. Maybe you have ancestry, your star ancestors. Maybe they're going to communicate that with you to help you overcome something, overcome this fear, or I don't know. It's another energy. I don't even know if it's a person at this point. Connect to the Dog Star, Sirius A, or is it Sirius B? The bright one, the really bright one. Now I'm getting confused. I'm pretty sure it's Sirius A or Sirius B. Jesus. Why is it a brain fart right now? If you know, drop it in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm starting to sweat and it's getting hotter. I'm almost done, baby. Thank you. Five of Cups. So you could have actually been like looking and waiting for somebody to come in. Maybe you were like on the lookout And that was the disappointment, was that nobody actually came in and you have to continue on by yourself and your invisible friend. I'm getting invisible friend just because, like, we all, as a child, we all had that invisible friend. You were just picking up on spirits. You were picking up on things. You're being led to your dragon, learning how to tame your dragon, the light within. I'm also getting that with this light, the star, and the dragon, and their friends, their buddies. You're working with your energy. You're working, and you're not labeling it good or bad. You're processing it. You're like, okay, this is how I feel. It's not preferred, but we're going to do some breath work. We're going to do some practices, samanic ritual, just samanic, not shamanic, samanic. Somanic. Move that body, open those hips, let the energy flow. Again, wrists out here, do it for a minute, bring it up, another minute. You're going to open all those meridians, and that energy is going to flow much more clear so that you're able to clearly see what is coming. And I'm getting, for some of you, there's a blank slate. You are actually going to create something that's never been created before. And this took so much strength for you to tame this dragon. A lot. This took time. This took years. This took introspection. This took going outside of yourself and serving others. This was selfish and selfless. This is the dichotomy. This is the complete duality and acceptance of oneself. The gray, or the black and the white creating the gray. Wow. Upside down triangles could be really significant for somebody at this point. Okay, so where are we going with this, Spirit? What do they need to know? What is, okay. What's the outcome? Oh my God! Oh my God! I don't know why I'm holding my nose like I'm about to jump in the water. 6 of Pentacles and the blank card. You are going to be receiving something from a certain energy. Rabbits could be really significant. You could have been following the rabbit down the rabbit hole. Following the white rabbit, Alice in Wonderland. The roses. Painting the roses red. Somebody painted something red and they're really white. You're really white. They painted you red. You're really white. That's interesting. And she even has a red dress and white underneath. They painted you red and then the white is underneath and you're going back to your original state. Oh, this is dope. This is... Oh, look at the crow. You birds better leave him alone. I got your back, crow. I got your back. I don't play favorites, but I play fair. That's cool. I never say that. I've never said that in my life. 9 of Pentacles wants to be seen. So you could be wishing just to be independent and free. Having your own bank account. Having your own funds and resources. Even just knowing the mechanics of this universe and knowing that if you need something, it's going to come to you. If you want it free, tell the universe, I'd love this to come into my life and I'd like it to be free. Yeah. Why not? Why not? You're an alchemist. You can do whatever you want. You can take energy and convert it into something completely unique and new. The Hermit. Because you know your light. You know how to shine your light. You know when to conserve your light. You know when to be of service. Not that you're not always in service, but it's service to your inner world. Sometimes to other people could look cold or like you're being selfish. But you know by taming and feeding that dragon, giving your ego, understanding your triggers, your shadow, the dichotomy, you're able to keep yourself in such balance that no matter what happens externally from you, you are able to remain centered. You are able to remain in this frequency of unconditional love for yourself and for others because you've been through these situations. 2929 as I'm saying this. Okay, we're going to move on because I want to go swimming with my son a little bit. I don't usually go in the pool, but, you know, here we are. That's what he wanted, so... Also, if you have children, listen to what your children say because your spirit team and spirit is actually giving your answers through your children, through circumstances. So when they're coming in and they're like annoying the crap out of you, Put everything down and give your full attention to them, because you're about to get an answer from Spirit. Pay attention. And then love them and understand that they were just doing that because Spirit needed to get a message to you. It's not even no blame or irritation or throwing energy at them. They were literally giving you an answer from Spirit, especially if your children are in between 1 and 7. The first 7-year cycle, they are very much connected, and you're actually helping learn lessons that they will have to themselves go through. Silent surround. Pervasive atmosphere. Persistent energy, ever-present feeling. Observing inner space, feeling small, vulnerable, quiet, weariness, acknowledgement. Sometimes the most potent presence is the quiet field you inhabit. I've heard a lot about silence. Silence, silence, silence. Quiet. Acknowledge the atmosphere. Awareness anchors you within. You are the anchor. You anchor yourself so firmly within that you're able to listen to the noise, to everything that's going on around you, whether it's birds, whether it's planes, whether it's children talking, whether it's the elderly talking, whether the plants are talking to you. You're interacting with the different dimensions that cohabitate this plane. I'm also getting that you're tapping into something that's been hidden. Oh my God, you've accepted something about Spirit. You've accepted something about yourself. Oh my God, that's why it was talking about understanding, like being able to help others that aren't there yet. Being the ever-present feeling of what they're going through, without pity, without judgment, just acknowledging, wow, they're there. They are there. They may think they're going through hell, but they are on the precipice of a huge growth spurt. And you're just sitting there like, I'm so proud of you. And you can't come off like super weird, but you are. You have this like Mother Mary compassion within you that's just like in awe. I see a lot of awe. Okay, let's keep going. What is a card for their energy that they are, they're journeying to? This creative, hidden Gemini energy. What is this? What is it? What is it? All right, interesting. I usually take that as a sign if nothing's coming out. Okay, here we go. Solitary witness. Solitary observation. Detached perspective. Unique. Oh, hell yeah. Everybody, this is clarifying the moon. And let's just take a little gander right here. The moon is very significant for you, okay? Go out. I know the crescent, 12:55 p.m. Central Time is when the moon is in the sky today. And then it sets like at 11 something, I believe. Check your own area. Keep an eye on the phases and when letting go and when to make action. Right now it's action. We're building up to the full moon in Aquarius. But even with this building energy, there might be, you might be asked to observe. Just observe. Observe. Because you're expanding something. You're being guided. You're making plans. You're strategizing to step into this star energy, this independent energy, to have everything at your fingertips, to have a connection to source that's so strong that you don't have to depend on anybody. And that's how these little Agent Smiths come in. There's something that you might need, but Spirit will bring you a test with strings attached sometimes. Not all the time. Are you going to take that? Or are you going to be like, no, I know there's better. I know that I don't like that and I want something else. So you're understanding that if you do that, you don't have to worry. You just let it go. That's not for me. And then just sit down and be patient. Sit down and be patient and wait for the new one to show up. Unique viewpoint, clarity, potential isolation, intuitive guidance, moon. Bridging insights, alone on the edge, clarity dawns under the moon's gaze. Witness the truth, then weave the insight back into your world. You are being led somewhere to a creative energy, whether this is spirit or an actual person. I don't think spirit wants you to know. I think it's more of a choice. And I just heard you can have both. You can have both, but are you first going to choose yourself? That will determine it. You are going to get some kind of insight and download when you do this. Connect to the Sirius star right before the sun comes up. Look at the moon cycle for the 8/8 portal for Aquarius. If you're watching this, you have the invitation. This is your invitation to receive something very divine from spirit because you put in the work. You put in the work, and now spirit is going to bless you in ways that you didn't even know possible. Confirmation. Okay, you guys, I love you. The universe loves you. Everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time, peace.